Dr. Frager, thank you very much. I want to say thanks to you and Paul Brody and all the people who put this great event together today. And I also want to say thanks for being here in the possibility that you may get drenched. But we're going to trust God to keep us dry, at least for the next few minutes. But because of the threatening weather, I'm going to be so very, very brief. I want to tell you, it won't take me long to explain to you why, for me to be here, is not just a matter of political convenience, it's a matter of personal passion. My first trip to Israel was in 1973. I was 17 years old, and it became the first of dozens and dozens of trips that I've made over the past 42 years to this remarkable land, with whom the United States has not just an organizational relationship, but an organic relationship. There is no explanation for Israel other than the hand of Almighty God that has preserved and protected and given the Jews their homeland after 2,000 years of being scattered across the earth. And in the same way, there is no explanation for the United States of America other than the providence of God's hand. It is not only natural, it is not only politically expedient, it is a matter of our existence that the United States and Israel maintain their unique friendship and alliance. An alliance that we've seen threatened over the past few years. An alliance that has often taken us to the place where we now put more pressure on Israel about building bedrooms in Judea and Samaria than we're willing to put on Iran for building a bomb. My friends, this does not make sense. I tell you this, if I'm elected President of the United States, it is not a matter of political rhetoric, it is a matter of absolute reality that the Iranians will not be able to have a bomb, and they will not be able to continue to threaten the peace of Israel. A lot of Americans don't seem to understand that the threat to Israel is ultimately a threat to the United States. It is not just Israel whose freedom is on the line, but the very liberty that we love and we sometimes take for granted in this country is being threatened by the forces of radical jihad. And if we can't even call our enemy by its name, we will never be able to defeat it. We must stand united as a world of sanity against the insanity. We must stand and stand together because the existence of Israel is truly at stake when you have people who openly declare that one of their stated intentions is to wipe Israel from the face of the earth. How can we negotiate with Iran when even as they are at the negotiating table, their leaders take to the streets and chant death to America? I would say that if we continue believing that we can have a relationship with the Iranians and their government, we might as well say death to sanity, because that's what we're giving a license to kill us all. Over the past few years, started in Europe and now spreading across the world, is the irrational BDS movement. We must educate the world that the Israelis have done more to bring prosperity, peace, and a state of liberty to people, whether they're Jewish or not. And the many times that I have been there, just last year, 3 times in Israel, one of those trips to the SodaStream factory in Judea, and I watched this plant with 600 Arabs and 500 Jews working side by side, the Arabs earning 4 times the amount of money that they would in any place in the PA, and somebody in Europe or somebody in this country sitting in some Ivy League ivory tower wants to tell me that life isn't as good under the prospect of an Israeli protection. My dear friend, tell that to the Arabs who are making more money they've never made in their lives and who have security and sidewalks and schools and hospitals that they've never had before. I know there are people who think that the smart way to bring peace to the Middle East is to divide Jerusalem up and to give away more territory. I suggest that the one way to have peace is to make clear that Jerusalem will never be divided, that it will be in the hands of Israel, that it is the capital of Israel, and thank God that the Israelis are willing to protect the holy sites and shrines for all people, whether they're Muslim, Christian, or Jew. And as a frequent visitor, as a Christian, I know that if that land were divided, I do not trust one moment that the PA would protect for a day the shrines of anyone who were Jewish or Christian. You know that, I know that, and the world deep down has to know that, and that is one of the many reasons why we never can accept the notion that Israel will be divided, that Jerusalem will be carved in half. Let us be clear. The boundaries of Israel are not given by the United Nations, but by Almighty God. And those boundaries can be affirmed by man, but not reshaped by man. And the United States doesn't have a better friend in the world than Israel, and Israel does not have a better friend in the United States than me. And I'm grateful for your support of Israel and for your understanding of the liberties that we have. I want to say, let us not be weary in well-doing. Let us not for one moment let our guard down. There are forces that want to destroy every last one of us. And it is our goal and intent to make it clear to the world, as it says so clearly in Genesis, those who stand with Israel shall be blessed, and those who curse Israel shall be cursed. I can't speak for anyone else, but I speak for me today. I stand with Israel. May God bless you, the United States, and our ally Israel. Thank you very, very much.